Hey, you guys, this week is a very special one because I roped Dustin in to come onto the show. We're going to chat about how we met, how he and his family built an entire crane and rigging company from the ground up. We're going to talk about some of the goals that we're working towards as a team. This one is a mix of love, leadership, heavy lifting, interruptions from Irwin, and probably a few laughs along the way. So welcome back to Bulls and Barrels Company. Hi, honey. Welcome. Welcome to the Bulls and Barrels podcast.
I am so glad to be here, babe.
This is a weird.
No.
Well, so since my listeners know exactly who I am, do you want to take a few minutes to talk about you?
Yeah, my name is Dustin, Jess's fiance, someday husband.
I call you hubby, though.
Hubby, yeah. In the construction industry, been introduced to the horse and dog world through Jess, and yeah, it's
super weird. It's hard. As soon as you hit record, your brain just doesn't wipe.
right.
So we got together in 2019.
Yeah,
I always forget 2019. Funny story, actually. So Dustin used to own the ice house
yes.
in Mexico.
Family did.
Yeah, family did.
I managed it. And your father was one of our favorite patrons, like the blue collar, like noon lunch kind of crew.
Yeah, I think it was Fridays. I want to say
Yeah,
it was Fridays because I was able to go with him.
Right.
On
This Fridays, and they would come in probably a couple times a week. You know, it'd be like on Tuesday and Friday, or when I think is kind of whenever his schedule worked.
Yeah, because he'd drive around this old guy named Mr. Kenyon, and he'd get a martini, right? Wasn't that Dad's drink was a martini?
I think so.
But I mean, he mostly drank beer, but I think a martini was like his slow set.
Yeah, which most people don't do a martini as a.
Yeah.
But either way.
Yeah.
And went to school with your brother.
Yeah. Yep. You were in the same grade.
Joe. So. Yeah.
Well, so Dad, I remember one time because I used to meet him at the ice house every once in a while, and I remember seeing you walking by, and my dad was always like, you see him, you gotta get with him. And I just remember being like, Dad doesn't, he doesn't see me, probably doesn't even notice me.
Well, at the time, we were culturally very different, right?
Yeah.
Because you dressed,
head to toe Carhartt.
Head to toe, like, not like, ooh, prissy Carhartt. Like, no, this shit's been worked in Carhartt.
Yeah.
And we were still, I can't remember. I guess we moved to blue jeans by that time at the ice house, but still like button up.
Yeah.
Very clean cut.
Yeah, you were clean shaved.
Yeah.
At the time.
Yeah.
I remember trying to make small talks. I think I just bought my house at the time. And I think I heard you talking about how, like, you bought a house to flip or something.
Yeah, I bought a rental property. I had one rental property at the time. I was buying a second.
Yeah.
And I was flipping it.
Mm-hmm. And I remember, like, because at that corner of the bar was the way you used to go in and out of the kitchen. And I remember talking to you, and you had your hand on the door, and I almost felt like I was annoying you because I was like, I bought a house, and I don't know what I'm doing or whatever. And you were talking about how you bought a house and you do all the work to it. But like your hand was on the door, and I just remember being like, he just wants to get away from me. So
that's not it.
Well, no, but like
work.
Yeah. But it was just funny because it's just perception wise. I was like, he doesn't want to have this conversation. But it wasn't until
you came in with a guy, right?
Oh, at one point, yeah. No, but that was, I think, was that after? Yeah, it was after that.
Was it after that?
Yeah, it was after that. I wanted to go to the ice house specifically to see you, but I don't go to bars alone. So I had a friend who he did come with me, but we were just friends.
Right.
Like, I remember him being on his phone the whole time, and I was just kind of watching you. And then that's when somebody made a comment when I asked for your number, and they said that I would eat you up.
Yeah.
I still don't know what that means.
I don't know.
Have I ate you up?
I wish more.
But it wasn't until I think it was New Year's because my brother was in town.
Right. 'Cause well, and then reverse perception, I thought that's your guy.
Yeah. But you actually spoke to me a little
Yeah.
bit that night. And it's probably because I was in the presence of a guy.
Yeah, where I was
Yeah.
like, well, had some time talk, then I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, no, I need to do a little, song and dance, make sure she knows who I am.
Yeah. Yeah, so then I believe it was around New Year's, so my brother came home and we all went to the ice house. And I remember having a few toddies. Like I was feeling it because when I got,
Supposed to, it's the holidays.
well, so if I remember it correctly, it was Dad, me, Joe, and his girlfriend, Amy at the time.
And Robin was there, right?
No, I don't think she came with us to the ice house. But I did get my
'Cause you
mom
sat
messed
down.
up that night.
Didn't you guys sit down in the?
We're at the bar, I believe.
Yeah,
I thought
you're-
so. I don't know.
I thought you were
Maybe not.
down at a table in the glass gallery. I thought you were at like table 50. That's 6.
Well, no, because we went to the ice house, and then when we were at the ice house, we decided we wanted to have tacos at my house.
And
then-
something of a different time.
Yeah,
Maybe we were together by that point.
maybe.
I'm thinking of.
I think so. But we ended up having a lot of drinks, and then actually, you know what? Dad wasn't with us. It was just me, Joe, and Amy. It was just us three. I wanted to go to the bar,
Mm.
and we got drinks, and then we were like, let's have tacos at Jess's house. And then I remember we stopped at the Parish gas station, got some like mini liquor bottles because I remember we had some shots, and then we stopped at the Parish Mall, the Dollar General, grabbed some stuff to make tacos, and then that's when Mom and Dad, they came to my house, and I got my mom messed up that night, but I was so drunk that I texted you on Messenger,
Yeah.
and I just remember holding my breath because I was like, he's not going to text me back.
And I did.
You did, because I think, what did I say?
You just said like,
If you're ever not working and you want to get drinks or something, and you were like, yeah, absolutely, and I was like, oh shit.
I fucked up.
He said yes.
Fucked up.
And then we've been together ever since that
Yeah.
first date.
Yeah. Yeah, inseparable.
Yeah.
I mean, the most time that we spent apart was when I went to Wellsville.
Yeah. And that was in 2022. So we got together in 2019, I would say.
I think I went to Wellsville in 21.
Because I want to say in February is when, so this is really cute. We were just laying in bed and you rolled over the top of me to face me and you were like, do you want to be my girlfriend?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my gosh. And people still do that. They ask.
Oh.
I wish I remember the exact date that was. I just know it's in between January and February because my sister and I already had like a girls' vacation scheduled for Valentine's.
Yes.
Because
Valentine's in Panama City, right?
No, we didn't go to Panama City. We went to Treasure Island that year.
Oh.
Yeah, we'd done Panama City after that though. But Treasure Island was cute. So we did that. And then in 2022, so inseparable 2022, you proposed to me and then you took off to Wellsville.
Then I took off to Wellsville.
Yeah, you took off to Wellsville.
And then we go a few more years, then you travel the world with the Air Force.
Yeah. In 23.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was 23.
I believe it was 2023. Yeah.
God damn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess a little about me.
Yeah.
So managed a family restaurant for 5 years, 6 years. And talk about like the most amount of hours you can work for just as little as you can get paid. It's the restaurant industry. And how many Sundays did we have to go on? Because we like built the hotel rooms.
Yeah. So the Ice House was a bar restaurant. It was a venue for weddings.
Events.
And then there was rental, like storage rental. And then, of course, there was hotel rooms. Yeah. And we had to go, I want to say just about almost every Sunday.
God, it was so many Sundays that we have to go in clean rooms.
Yeah. Clean rooms. And then, like, because I remember working Saturdays too.
Yeah.
And then COVID happened and
we pretty much done. We were still remodeled the house in Parish when we were together.
yeah, because I
helped
helped
on remodeling houses.
Yeah, because I helped your dad put that toilet in.
Yeah. It's like such a great experience for you.
Yeah. I remember because I think you were supposed to help him, but you got held up at the restaurant. And you're like, "Can you go meet Dad?"
Yeah.
Over at the parish house. And I was like, and at this point, I thought your dad did not like me. I would say jokes and he wouldn't laugh. And for those who've never installed a toilet, he had one of those
wax
rings, and you have to set the toilet on it just right, or else you're gonna squish this wax ring up.
The gasket.
Yeah. And it's just me and his dad setting the sucker on it, and I know it was my fault. I squished the shit out of that wax ring.
Awkward.
Yeah.
Toilet pigs.
Yeah. And then he had to go to the parish hardware store and grab another one, and then we nailed it. But yeah.
Yeah, so managed that, and then started a rigging company in 2020.
Yeah. And you operated that out of a storage unit right at the ice house. So talk about humble beginnings.
Yeah. We ran that company out of storage unit from March of 2020 to we bought our shop in December of 21. So at that point, we had 3 forklifts. So we bought a Western Star and a Landau. And we started doing that. And obviously, we started creating a rigging company, but some of the first things we did were like decks.
Yeah, you did a kitchen. Yeah.
Because it's like, that's not just.
And you trucked for like the Amish.
Yeah, we were trucking for the Amish.
Yeah.
We were helping on a wind farm for a company my brother used to work for, like doing just anything to generate revenue. And then we started getting some like small rigging jobs, some machinery moving. And then we bought a crane. I want to say we bought that in like September. And it was just so hard it was like, God, but I can't remember. We did like no revenue that first year. Like we don't count that as like a rigging company year. We really don't. Like in our eyes, like we did not become a real company until we bought the facility or until we bought the shop. Because it was like, we were doing shit like bathrooms, kitchens. We did that staircase up in Sandy Pond. Like,
oh my gosh, yeah, I remember that. It was just like these weird odd jobs.
Right. Like, no, we just needed to be able to pay ourselves.
Yeah, because we were just Trimble Services at the time.
Right. And it was like, just be able to pay ourselves something.
Yeah.
And like, I didn't take that much of a hit because at the restaurant I wasn't making a ton of money, but certainly Josh did.
He went from what?
Big crane operator to we're going to start this company.
Yeah.
But then, so year on year. So then we bought the shop. Then we started buying more stuff. We bought another crane.
Yeah, and you bought your shop in Fulton, New York.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which we got a good deal on that. Cleaned that up a lot. And so that was 5,000 square feet. So we went from a storage unit to 5,000 square feet, and then started getting more and more work. Now we're up to 5 cranes, 8 forklifts, 2 tractors, a 10-wheeler, 9 trailers, and not enough room to do the business. So
because not only are you storing all of your equipment, but rooftop units for jobs and stuff, like you have to house all of that.
Right. Yeah. So like different jobs, a big part of the rigging world is, it's like, okay, you have a 15,000 pound boiler. Well, that ships when it gets done, and that job might not be until June, especially when we're coming into like right now, like people are heating. And even look on the cooling side, like say you're going to do a cooling tower right now, you still have to hold that cooling tower because most people are still taking hot air out of buildings, even in the wintertime in upstate New York. Like you'd be surprised how many places still need to remove warm air.
Right.
So they're still using cooling.
Okay.
So,
what did you guys hit this year as far as growth wise?
100%. Right there is like another 90% growth year, which in anybody that has done in business is like you go through spurts, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you kind of have, you got to go, what's the mindset on the company? What is the goal? Because if you say growth, well, growth comes with pain. So it's like growth takes a lot of money. Growth takes a lot of time. Growth takes a lot of breakdowns and headaches and travel. How much have I traveled in the last 2 months? You know, it's like, especially in the rigging world or any kind of construction, there's only so much work in this given area. And it's not like t-shirts or other manufactured things where it's like, okay, you know, it's like, oh, let's go to a new market. We'll just start advertising there and ship our product there. It's like, no, like for us, it's like the worst construction. That means equipment needs to get there, people. And, you know, when you're saying, okay, we're going to grow 100% a year, it's like, well, do you have enough people? Do you have enough equipment? You know, it's like we bought another crane and we're like, shit, we can't even sell the one we want to replace yet because we've had so much work that we need that. So, but we've had pretty close to 100% year-on-year growth from 2020. Yeah, I mean, and obviously when you're small, that 100% growth is easy. You know, if you did 110 grand your first year, to get to 200, it's almost hard not to.
Right.
You know, it's like if you're doing the advertising, you're making the calls or whatever you're doing to grow, it's not terribly difficult to, okay, you land 3 accounts and you've grown. Once you start getting into 2-3 million to grow 100%, okay, now you have to reach a lot more people. You know, it's like in our world, if you're going to do 4 million, well, you better bid $20 million worth of work. In your world or in the t-shirt world, it's like, okay, you're still going to make a percentage of people you advertise and touch. You have to hit to make X amount of sales. If you want to grow 100%, that means you need to reach that many more people, you know, and make them sales or convert them to customers. But you start really stretching thin your equipment. You know, when you're young, we were buying older equipment because that's what you can afford. When you're not showing a lot of revenue or you're a brand new company, banks don't want to give you money. You know, we got lucky as you know, as it's a family company, and we're able to keep everything in house in terms of, hey, we can grow, we can use, you know, our funds. We all have a clear vision of, hey, we want to grow. That means if we do make money, that's going to get put right back into the company. And you're only going to take so much, but it's like, you know, bank wants their payment every month, you know, and then, oh, we want to buy $100,000 crane. Well, you're not going to get 100 grand. You know, you might get 50 or something. So that's tough. I guess I kind of forgot where my point was going.
Oh, Erwin wanted to join us.
Yeah, baby Ernest coming back up on the table. Or, not on the table, but...
No, we have a breakfast nook. So he likes to sit in between us.
He's got his corner.
Hi, baby. Oh, it's tough being a dog, guys.
Yeah, they got it.
They do have it rough.
Like, you know, I want some steak.
Maybe we should convert this to video so people can see him.
Sure.
You're so sweet. But I guess, too, I wanted to talk about how... you know, in those early stages, you know, having my full-time job, I really, you know, I took care of home, you know, as far as like covering bills and stuff. Cause you were putting all of your, like, yeah, you were getting a paycheck, but it was immediately going back into the company.
Yeah. And it wasn't like it's a lot.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And you're paying yourself minimum wage.
Yeah, exactly. But so every dollar had to go back in, and I covered everything here. And, you know, watching you grow and your company grow over the past 5 years. You said in 2020. Yeah. It's getting to the point now where you know, I've been dissatisfied in my line of work, if you know, for a while.
Yeah.
I would say to the point where I was very envious. You know, you'd want to come home and be super excited about your day. and I'm over here just being miserable because I'm not.
Right. I
don't have the same level of fulfillment.
Right. And there'd be so many days it's like, you know, especially when you're doing your own thing, it's like the highs are wicked high and the lows are, I wouldn't even say the lows are that low because like it's expected. I already went through, you know, like go through the first couple of years of starting a business. That's low. Like that sucks when you're like sitting there and people are saying like, I have no interest, absolutely zero interest in what you're offering.
Yeah.
And it's like, when you know what you can do is better than what they're getting provided.
Yes.
You know, so yeah, we'd start having some wins, and I'd come home and be like, babe, this happened, this.
But even not even just wins, like you just came home happy about what you did that day.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like not only just your wins, it's just you couldn't wait to go to work. You'd stay late. Like I'm usually the one that's like, okay, like, I'd like you to come home now.
Yeah, but it's like, hold on, we're still doing.
Yeah. And it just, very envious of that because I don't think I've had that in a long time.
No, and what you've done is you tried it. You started moving positions, and because when we got together, you were at the MOF.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep.
And then what, 2021, you went over to the FTD?
No, I think in 2020, because remember, August of 2020, I started at the FTD, and then August 30th is when I had my accident.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it was I believe it was like August.
Yeah, because we're still at the ice house when you called.
Yeah.
On that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so you did that, and you were good at it.
Yeah. Oh, at the FTD?
Yes.
Yeah. I was a training instructor.
Yeah.
On aircraft maintenance.
And you would come home and just not be in a good mood.
Well, it got to the point, because I think I did a total of 4 or 5 years there. And it got to the point where there's only so much creativity and out of the box thinking that you're allowed to do, especially in the military, because like my courses, you had to teach this, so I had to teach this objective. I have to take this amount of time to teach it, and I have to teach it just like this.
Right.
And so there's very little room. And it seemed like I would bring innovative ideas, and they'd be like, oh, we want your innovative ideas. And then you just couldn't, because there's a lot of, red tape.
Right.
And then I decided to take a leap into another
position.
Another position that is, this honestly, hands down, I think this was my worst year ever. And I came off of a high, because my last year at the FTD, I finally reached that point where I was a subject matter expert. I was traveling based off of that, getting phone calls from, higher ups with that. And then I completely walked away from a career that I worked very hard on to take this other opportunity. That was just a bad bag of goods.
Yeah, and not only that, but and we were talking about the other night is it a bag? I was kind of thinking about that the other day. Is it a bad bag of goods, or is it just your mindset doesn't fit?
Yeah.
What the military structures their environment for?
Yeah.
It's like any large scale companies, it's like you do have to have rules, you do have to have processes, because when you're doing it on such a scale, and it's like, I mean, geez, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, maybe not that far, but a long time, I was the one that's like, do your own thing, do whatever you want, it doesn't matter. Like, to me, the money don't care. The retirement don't care. I don't want you coming home miserable.
Because
it doesn't do us any good.
No, I think we took a toll this year. I mean, as far as like not only us, but with the horses too. Like I would come home and just be so deflated that I just want to do chores and go in the house and lay down and do nothing.
Here, I'd even go back into like, your last year at the FTD.
Yeah.
It was, it was like,
I just really wasn't feeling fulfilled.
Right.
It's one thing to go to a job and it's just like, yep, this is my 9 to 5. I come in, I do my work, I get paid, go home, and life's good. For me, like those hours have to be, fulfilling. I have to feel like I've created something. Erwin. My sweet boy. And I just wasn't having that.
No, and I think there's people that are okay with that, but you value time so much.
I do. Yeah.
Like there's a lot of people that don't like that. They value material things or they value something else. You value time,
Yes.
you know, and it's like, why can't I let my guys get out at 2:30 instead of 3:30 and we have nothing to fucking do?
Yeah.
I could be spending this time with the horses. I could be spending this time doing things that I want to do. So that was something that I saw over those, I'd say it's been over the last couple of years.
Yeah.
That you really said, okay. And back when you were a maintainer, you had value.
Yes.
You saw, you enjoyed what you did, and you felt value there.
I did. Yeah. And it was also a career that I was proud of.
Right.
You know, turning jets was something that like if somebody was like, well, what do you do in the Air Force? I'm like, I work on jets.
Right.
You know, and now it's, what do you do in the Air Force? I'm like, I'm in the Air Force. That's all. Like, that's the extent of what I want to say to people, especially now, because I don't really even know like what I do. You know, I'm kind of just, because I've announced my exit now, I'm just kind of like in this weird limbo where I think they just want me to just stay quiet and run out my time, and then they can replace me. Which is fine. Honestly, I think I'm coming to terms with that, and that I just want to focus on, you know, bulls and barrels and, you know, getting my project management stuff done so that way I can provide some value to Turnbull Services. But my biggest thing going into this next adventure is just time. I want to be able to have time for all the things, you know, the horses. And I'm excited to see if once I walk away, and I know it's gonna be scary, you know, because everyone's just throwing at you like insurance, your retirement, and all this.
Yeah. We'll figure it out.
And that's why I'm like, you know, that retirement. There's a great quote, and I wish I could say it verbatim. I'm probably gonna really mess it up, but it's like, how much, you know, did you sell your dreams for? You know, and is that retirement worth selling the dreams now at, you know, what am I, 31?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I have dreams of, you know, rodeoing, owning a big rodeo venue. If I stay where I'm at, I'm never going to do that. And I've proven that because I don't give my horses any time.
Right.
After the end of a 10-hour day of not really doing much that goes towards my values and my goals, like if I have all that time freed up, you know, what opportunities are there? And, you know, this being one, you know, and today's our big first like grand launch, you know, Black Friday. I finally got, you know, this has been a long process coming.
Yeah, you've been on this for 2 months.
Yeah. So I'm nervous and excited, you know, but this isn't the, you know, end all be all. You know, I've got bigger goals. But this is like this is my humble beginning, my startup. Is this right here?
You working out in a storage unit.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It starts small.
Yeah.
And it takes time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like it's like when I think about this, and you work this, like it's like every night we eat dinner, and then we live in upstate New York, so it's fucking cold out. It's dark at 4:30.
Yeah.
You know, it's like not necessarily going to be out every night working with horses or whatever.
I need to start at least 30 minutes. One every other night. You know, I do need to do that. Yeah.
Right. But either way, you're on the computer working on this almost every night.
Yeah.
You know, so I foresee this becoming something, but it's like, I don't want to say who cares, but 6 months isn't much. I want to see like this in a year. It's like, you know,
and I know
it's just one thing I want to say is like, don't get discouraged 6 months in when it's like, oh, I made 4 sales. It's like, yeah, that's okay.
Yeah. And honestly, that's where I need, and this is where I'm super lucky too, because you support me so much, and you know me better than anyone, so you know at the 6 month mark when I'm not doing well, you need to keep pushing me.
Right. You're gonna be like, well, fuck this.
Yeah.
Failure. I want to cry.
Yep. No, on to the next thing.
Yeah. No, don't let that.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, just stay at it.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, we started a crane and rigging company, and our first 3 major jobs was a kitchen,
Mm-hmm.
a bathroom, and fucking staircase,
Yeah.
you know. And now it's like, now we got the rigging for the aquarium in Syracuse.
Yeah.
So it's,
Dustin's becoming that blue collar guy where no matter where we go, he's like, you see that building? I put those RTUs on that building.
I'll see that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that place.
And Amazon now requests you guys to do, because they're doing solar panels, and now you guys are like the ones that they want on that, job.
Yeah, which was cool.
Yeah.
That was
I mean, that's
cool.
a big name company that everyone knows, so it's really cool to have that recognition.
Yeah, so, and that's like, and we've talked about it, it's like, okay, it starts here, you're going to do online, and it's like, at what point could you look at like approaching Tractor Supply, or, it's like, even another one would be like Boot Barn or something. It's like, it's surprising. It takes a long time when you think forward, but when you look back, it's like those opportunities can come really quick.
Yeah.
So that's,
I'm trying to think. Phil Haugen's got it's like one of my favorite quotes, and I think it's, success is where opportunity and preparation meet.
yes.
And
others say luck is when opportunity and preparedness.
Yeah.
It's like, is it really luck, or is it just like, I can look back at probably 10 jobs that it's like, okay, we made investments in equipment, or we made investments in people. And then you're like, oh fuck, how are we ever going to pay for all this?
Yeah.
And then this opportunity that has, that you had no, like, oh, we didn't, foresee this happening, or you could have never expected this to happen, but because of certain things, we were ready to take action and meet that opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just starts like that. And what's funny is because something like that then becomes a baseline. Now you're like, oh shit, how are we just like accomplished this, that you were like, there's no way we're gonna be able to do this. Say 6 months, somebody orders 100 shirts, and you're like, oh shit. It's like, how are we gonna, is there gonna be cash flow issues, or is it, and it's like, oh, the print providers saying, no, we're not going to cover this, and then somehow make it happen. Then it just becomes a baseline.
Mm-hmm.
So, but coming back into talking about time and your value of time, starting this company was a really good thing for us. Because I remember back when I was working in the restaurant, obviously the hours were afternoon and night.
Yeah.
And then this company, it's day hours. We have much more matching hours.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I think you're more like 7 to 5.
Yeah, 6:30 to 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I leave because my day, and I hate this. I hate my hours, my shifts. It's so silly. I work 6 to 4:30.
Right.
Office job. It's terrible. You wake up early to go sit at a computer. I couldn't think of anything worse than that. It's awful. Yeah, I really look forward to just having a job or a life where I don't have to be up that early and be into an office. And I mean, I could sit down and work on Bulls and Barrels for hours, and all of a sudden be like, holy crap, like where'd the day go?
Right.
But at that job, it's just, I'm not doing anything of value, and it really just, like, what are we even doing, guys?
Yeah. Well, and I think having your own thing will suit you a lot better, because it's how your brain works. And in terms of that time value thing, it's like you could be getting into something and then, hey, it's quitting time, but I don't want to quit.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't want to.
Whereas like right now, like 4:30 hits, I'm like, all right, we're out.
What it is.
Yeah. I have to be back here at 6 a.m. tomorrow.
Yeah. It's not like you get paid for overtime, and it's like, but when it's yours, it's much different.
It is.
So I'm happy to see, because like
we can relate to each other now.
Right. But when you're like, hey, why aren't you home yet?
Yeah.
We're still at the shop talking about,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like come 5:30
Yeah.
at the shop, we're still talking about this or that, or what's the competition doing, or this opportunity, or this job, or hey, this is how this went. This is something that I could see that if we invested in simple stuff.
Yeah.
Or it might not be simple. It might be like, hey, our 20K should really have 8-foot forks. Let's price them how they're $5,000. Or hey, we really want crane mats.
Yeah, I was about to say, you're gonna bring up the crane mats.
Crane mats. Oh, they're $35,000. But it's
Yeah.
like, oh, it's
Crane
fun.
mats, yeah. No, and there are some nights where I think I'm sitting here working on my computer, and you're like,
No, but I get it.
yeah, and it's nice to just
I'm not
support, and now we have something relating to where now I understand, and that's one thing I always told you though, right? Because like you always talked about how you didn't understand, retirement and wanting to
why
leave
out
the
at
meeting. Yeah.
5?
Yeah. And it's like, well, I work for somebody. So somebody else is dictating my day, my time, what time I have to be there, what time I can leave. And it's awful, and, you work for yourself. Like you still hold yourself to that standard. Like you want to get there before everybody else does and, stay late because, every ounce of time that you put into it, there's a return on that.
Right.
And I never quite, I was always envious of it. And I never really thought that I could do anything to have that. I never really considered myself to have any skills, to be able to do something.
But you're seeing that you can.
Yeah. And like, bulls and burls, I'm excited to see what it can flourish into. Like, obviously this is the baby stage, what we have now. But I would love to see it, become, really become a brand that people recognize and love, because I feel like I built it out of the want to get back into the thing that I enjoy. Like yesterday when we were driving down home and we saw those two girls take their horses out. It almost I almost tear up thinking about it, because that used to be me, fearless, just take my horse out and race across the field. Because remember, I like turned around, they're about to race that field, and sure as shoot, as soon as we drove by, they both like clicked up and they're racing each other. And it just brought me back to when that's the joy and love that horses brought me. And I haven't been her in a long time.
Right.
And, seeing that just made me want to go home and, grab Miss May out. But we don't live in a place with open fields, but
not yet.
It just seeing that though, like that's what I miss. And I haven't had that in
a
long time. Because I think in 2020 was the last time that I ever really was riding 6 days a week and trailer in places. And obviously, Bo had his accident. I had mine. And then our sweet Blue, just destroying every ounce of confidence that I had. So it's just, to build a brand that can, one, I want it to be a reason for me to get back involved and get back out there, but also to just build a brand that other people can see and be like, this is, an inspiration, or, to get, to get us all back into, that love of those two girls that we saw, just happier than a clam, at high tide. They waited for us to drive by and then they just took off, and it was just really, you could just see the joy in their face, and it was, I want that back,
And we're making progress.
Oh, we really are.
And I look so long-term at things, where you're much more of a, what's right here in front of me kind of person.
But I do plan.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like everything I do is very methodical, but yeah, I'm definitely, it's hard for me to see past, 5-year mark,
Right.
But you're very good at that grandiose.
I could care less about today.
Yeah.
It's always like
where I'm like, no, get the focus on today.
right. I'm like, yes, it's like, all right, we'll do that. We want an indoor arena. Okay, yeah, we could get there.
And I'm like, no, but right now.
Right. But you're like, winter's almost here. And I'm like, shit ain't happening this year.
Yeah. Baby's talking, he might get a 90,000 sign-up bonus, or not sign-up bonus, but bonus at the end of the year. I'm like, that would pay for an indoor riding arena.
Like, here's a potential.
Here.
This is what could happen. Like, when you're down the road, you have an established business.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, here's what the potential is.
Yeah.
Today's not. Yeah. Today's no. We're still in heavy investment. We have to reduce debt, all this stuff. Like, we got a ways before we get there. And two,
you keep me grounded and realistic, and
right.
And you in a way like pull my reins back, because I'm definitely one of those, like, once I get a thought, I'm like, I want this now.
Right.
And you're like, hang on, and I'm like, right now.
Right. Where because you're and two, some of the problems, and it goes both ways.
Mm-hmm.
Like when we were talking about health insurance.
Yeah.
And you're like, we need to figure this out today. And I'm like, but it's not a today problem. That I'm like.
But me, I'm like, this is going to be a today problem.
Yeah, in a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, we got time.
Do we?
But it's like, I don't know, I guess financially or, like that kind of stuff I look at. Oh, yeah, we can do that. We can buy that, 2,000, 3,000 square foot house with an ground pool and acreage and barn and indoor arena. Like, yeah, we can do that.
Mm-hmm.
I see how it's possible. I just know it's like a couple years down the road.
And I'm like, I want it now.
Yeah. And I have no issue with that.
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely, we're yin and yang very much so. Like, I think we both complement each other very well.
Yeah.
As far as it's just a team that works, so I couldn't do a lot of, like, it wasn't until because this house that we're in, it's on 5 acres?
Yeah.
In the woods. It's got a garage in the house, but
Helen Keller built
our house. Everything is
just like, why did you do that?
Yeah. I mean, just for instance, like, I'm staring at our dishwasher. Like, they built a little cubby for a dishwasher to go into, but they didn't make it deep enough. Like, it's like little things like that.
Built the countertops 3 inches too skinny.
Yeah.
To where it's almost impossible.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's bitch, but what I had to cut like some of the wood out of it. We didn't have like a sawzall or anything. We used a fucking chainsaw.
A DeWalt chainsaw.
And it's like, why did you build this? Like,
yeah.
Or the deck that's like, some boards are like 16 on center. Then the other ones, stringers are like 23.
Yeah.
Like, why did we do this? Did we only have so many 2x10s?
Well, and that's the thing, right? Like, if it wasn't, like, this house just would have been what it is, and I never would have thought I'd have my horses in my front yard.
Right.
And in 22, I think we built the barn in 22, brought the boys home. And then a couple years later, I was like, I need another one.
Or what about, we built the barn.
Mm-hmm.
We brought the ponies home.
Yep.
And then our well goes dry.
Oh, yeah, because that was something I never even considered, but we got lucky.
Yeah, it's at the same time.
Yeah.
They're putting in public water.
Thank
And
goodness.
we were the last house. Last house.
Wow, talk about luck.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that horses ran our well dry so fast. And then, so our property has 2 wells. We had the drilled well, and then you had the dug well. And that one, there was a reason why they weren't using that one.
That one, like, the water is like
super rusty or something.
Right, full of iron.
Yeah, that, and everything got stained. But I mean, we've limped along with it. But...
Yeah, I remember trucking water back and forth for the horses. And
yeah, dark times.
We went through some shit.
We have, but if it wasn't for you, like, so we built the barn together.
Yeah.
Built that. With the
so we did.
Team.
Yeah, we did a 12-foot barn.
Yeah. Like high, right?
Yeah, so the peak of the barn's probably, what, 20?
Something like that.
And,
she big girl.
Right, we set the dresses, and you're right up top.
Oh, yeah. I wish I had the
screwing out purlins.
I thought you had the picture of me.
I have to go through it.
Yeah, because Josh and I up there.
Yeah. I think that was the first time I ran the crane, maybe?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, you did a couple trusses, and then your brother got in there.
Yeah, because it was taking forever.
Yeah, we got high speed, but...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, fuck this. Let's get this.
Let's get it
like,
done.
God.
There's like, he got me, like, I wanted to get the barn done so bad, because it was a weekend warrior project, so it took months.
Yeah, well, one, we had to go through and start clearing trees.
Yeah, so we had a clear property, and then Dad got his buddy in with a dozer.
Yeah.
I'm glad that Erwin had to bring.
Cleared some more trees.
Yep. Because we put a small little riding arena up down back.
Yeah.
And then
That's
that property down there is cursed. Then we put the clear land, put the barn up, ran out of water. And then this year was our next big year of just putting money into, and we cleared the rest of their pasture.
Yeah.
And
big arena area for you.
Which is also right up here, right? You know, you can see it from our kitchen window, so not too far.
A lot better.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, but that's the start of that project. It still has a lot more energy that needs to be put in it.
Yeah, because we want to do nice fencing. And, like, this is, again, where you compliment me because I'm like, nope, I want this all done right now. I want to get it fenced in, but I want nice Amish board.
Yeah, and I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, we're out of money.
Like 40,000 cash this summer.
Yeah, so next year. But it's taking it in small envelopes. But I can't thank you enough for, coming into my life and really making all of my dreams a reality, because it seems like, and I think we brushed over this in the beginning, but when you came into our lives, you weren't a animal person.
No, I'm a lot different than I was.
Yes. I remember almost selling the moose dog because he was just enthralled with you, wouldn't leave you alone, and very invasive, and you weren't an animal person.
Because I always made the joke, like, I had a pet rock growing up.
Yeah.
Like, that was about our family's involvement with animals.
Yeah, and now we have 2 dogs and 3 horses, and you're very much involved with all of it.
Very.
Yeah, very much.
Well, it's my idea to get Erwin.
Yeah.
Dog.
Well, I wanted a pig, guys.
Yeah,
I really wanted a pig.
Fucking pig. You're in Italy.
Yeah.
Going like, oh, they're only $2,000. And your friend Patty's like, we have a baby Aussie for
500.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, let's do this.
Well, and because her dog like laid down on your foot.
Yeah.
And so Moose Dog is he does not really care if we're alive. He's very independent.
Right.
Doesn't really show a lot of affection. And then here comes Calvin, who just lays down on Dustin's foot.
Yeah, love sponge.
Yeah, little love sponge. And so then you wanted the Erwin. So
then Erwin, because you were in Italy, Erwin was I don't know how old he is.
He was a newborn.
Right, newborn. So he was going to the shop with me every day.
Yeah. Oh, hi, buddy. He hears us talking about
Yeah, he's like,
lay down, buddy.
I got to be involved.
Yeah. He is a love sponge. He's got to be always in the way. Oh, buddy.
Yeah. He takes all the love in the house.
Yeah.
Doesn't let Mom and I.
Oh, yeah. We're not allowed to love on each other, or else he screams at us.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I certainly changed a lot.
Yeah, you did.
When we first got together. Of course, I was, just bacheloring.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got together, and I had to learn a lot.
Yeah.
But
now it seems like
our hard times.
Oh, of course. And I'm glad we got through those hard times.
Yeah.
So, but it's just funny how, like, you have hobbies, right? Golfing and your drums, right? But I know, but it seems like you said this like yesterday, that it seems like we really live, like both of us live for the farm, and like the farm always comes first. And I'm so grateful that like you take that on personally as well. Like just the other day, we were installing lights on the back of the garage to give me a little bit of light in the new arena.
Right.
And it's just like, that was a you thought. I was just going to work underneath the barn light.
Right.
The Northern Star of ours. And you were like, no, like, let me put up 2 lights for you.
Something.
Yeah. And so again, just really grateful that you think like that. That you do put this place in the
that's like how
in my hobby first, which is crazy.
And like talk about some of the stuff that like we obviously learned like when we were going through our hard times, like talking about love languages and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And like, so your love language is time. Like you value time.
Yeah.
And that is like the hardest thing for me to give.
Yeah.
Like talk about Thanksgiving Eve, right? I was like, yep, I'm going to be out of work at 3. We're going to get ties. We're going to do all.
We had to go to Appledale one more time.
Yeah. And what time do I get home from work? Almost 5.
Yeah.
You were so mad.
I was. Guys, I was so mad that I, for the first time since owning this property, with the horses, I forgot to shut the water off.
Right.
I let that hose run. It wasn't until we were in the house and I was feeling like
from shopping.
Yeah, so like an hour I got in the house, and so our water, even though you have it cranked up,
right,
if something else is running, you lose pressure.
Right, because we're off the road and we're up a hill.
Yeah.
So it's like the water pressure coming in is like 110. By the time it reaches the house, it's like 45.
Mm-hmm. So I was like filling up a cup or something, and I was like, the wonton. No, I was like,
the wonton.
I was like, the water, and I just ran out the door, and of course that hose was just running.
Yeah.
But that's, and then I was like, that serves you right for, being pissy,
Yeah, but the way I speak is acts of service.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, I want a barn, or it's like, I can provide you lights.
Yep.
Like that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Really bad at the time, the heartfelt things.
Yeah, yeah. But honestly, even now, like, you are getting really good with actually showing me your emotions.
Yeah.
You are getting better at that. And you've come a long way. We're still working on me.
Still working on me too.
Yeah.
But
no, I'm grateful for you since, yesterday was Thanksgiving. I'm incredibly grateful for you.
Oh, thank
and
you.
I love
grateful
you.
for you. No, we make a good team.
Everyone's gagging now.
Yeah, they're like, oh.
Oh, love. What is that? Love and support. Yeah, it's been, I think, we've been together for 6 years.
Yeah, I think things were like 5 of them.
Yeah. No wedding date set yet.
No. We might just be forced into that after you get out of the military.
Well, I have to. I have to have insurance. I hate to say that, but no, I was sending you some nice venues. I really think we should get some energy.
Yes. And it's amazing how we're like, yes.
Yeah.
And then we don't do it.
Yeah. No, it's something else always trumps that thought process.
And I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know either.
It's like, no, it's like, I'd like to be married.
Yeah. Well, and I think too, it's like, I don't know. Honestly, and I have a couple like friends at work that they're like, oh, I love wedding planning. And I'm about to say,
let's do it.
Yeah. Can you just, because obviously we're not going to take the time to sit here and plan it out. I think the closest we ever got was that August that our water ran out. Because remember, we were just going to do a little shindig here, but then the water went and the driveway was dug up. And I was like, well, that's a wash. So we'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get there.
I know. Someday, it's like, well, might just force our hand, which wouldn't be a bad thing.
No, because honestly, that's what I think that's just what works for us, because everything that happened at work recently that kind of just forced my hand to. I don't even it's kind of like you peek behind the curtain, right? Like I'm forced to make this uncomfortable decision to get out. It's almost like I finally got my eyes opened up to, what, it's not an Air Force thing, it's a me thing, I remember saying it, my puzzle piece just doesn't fit anymore,
right?
And you needed this bad catastrophic event to really just
and it's kind of like
throw you into it and be like, what am I doing?
Kind of like in that Who Moved My Cheese kind of area.
Yeah,
it's like
such a good book if you guys haven't read it.
But it is like, this is what I know, what I'm comfortable with, and it's like this. You were looking at it like it's almost an impossible leap to get over here.
Yeah.
Where I was over here for 3 years saying it's not that big of a step.
Just do it.
But you were tied. I mean, it's not like you can just for those that don't know the military, it's like, no, you're an enlisted, you have your...
Yeah, you have a contract.
Right, you have a contract. It's not like in a private market where you're like, fuck this, I can leave.
Yeah.
You're there.
Yeah.
So we're kind of, obviously that needs a time out.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that you're taking steps
to actually make it happen this time.
Right, and be like, okay, I'm going to come out and be doing something.
Yeah.
And there's how many people have talked to you being like, oh, why don't I give you this job or this opportunity?
Yeah, or pretty much everybody, and that's the MO, right? Everyone, they almost feel obligated to do that. But as soon as I'm like, listen, I've made my peace with it. There's no matter where I go on this base, it's probably going to end up the same. Where I'm at now, it was a very aggressive like, I don't think I would get treated that badly anywhere else. But as far as like the crux of like, and I explained it to somebody last drill about how I just feel like I'm put in a box and you have to operate and act this way. And I don't do well with that.
Right.
And it's amazing that I've lasted this long because I am just such a free thinker and just let me go. Like, you don't need to remind me to drink water. You know what I mean? Throughout my day. Like, I know, like, as soon as I know what needs to be done, I just do it.
Right.
And I do it 100%. And then I also look as I'm doing it, I'm like, you know what? There's a better way to do it. And then you just kind of keep branching. And in the military, it's like, no, we want it done this way, exactly this way, even though it is archaic and, you know, doesn't work.
Mhm.
And then, you know, if you work for people that are in that old mindset where like they're just stuck, well, this is the way we've always done it.
Right.
I just don't do well with that because it just, you know, so it's no longer a, like, yeah, I'm just unhappy in this particular, I think that that's just what it is.
Yeah.
You know, I'm ready to, and it's going to be hard. You know, I think Bulls and Barrels is going to take a long time to really stick and to grow.
It's not.
But that's also, it's not, but that's also why I want to pursue project management because that's something that scratches my brain.
Right.
I really like it and it interests me and it's a really good career to go into.
Right. And like, I always said that because it's like you look at a big picture of something and say, okay, like, is there efficiencies? Is there a good way to do this? Just in terms of scheduling and making sure there's detail and covering all the details, you're very good at that.
Yep.
Where it's like, yeah, should you go in accounting? Hell no. No, that would kill your brain. You'd be like, fuck this, I'm done. But like something that you can really, it's like, and seeing something like in the, like going from the restaurant world to the construction world, it's like, you see something get built. You have tangible improvements to the world.
Yep.
You know, where it's like that is so different than what you've been doing like for the last couple of years.
Yeah.
You were able to, like, your big step at the FTD, you really took a hold of that thing and you managed the shit out of it. And that was something that you provided value to the world for, right?
Yep.
But then it's like, what after that? Like, that's like a one-off. It's like, I want that all the time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So,
and that's too when I really realized, because it was the that Italy trip where Scott was like her project management,
right?
Like just how I orchestrated all of it from beginning to end.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, nobody else
raised the action plan.
Yeah.
You're like, this is how it's gonna get.
And just really work through that. And it wasn't until somebody like verbalized it, because it was one of those things like I was doing it, but I didn't know what it was called.
Right.
And then he called it project management. And I was like, what is this? And then I believe that the lady that we bought Rizzo off of, I'm pretty sure she's the project manager.
Right.
And I saw that beautiful truck that she and then I was like, what does she do? I want that. But yeah, so it's just, you know, multifaceted, but that's what I do, right?
Yeah.
You know, it's just, yep, I really want Bulls and Barrels to be the thing for me, but I'm also a realist too.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that project management is going to be a nice complement to it. And will also hopefully allow me to still have my independence as well. Because if you come to work for Trimble Services, that would be, that would be ideal.
And it's like, well, and where's life go, right? Because like, say Bulls and Barrels started doing some revenue. It's like, I would be the one that says, no, do that.
Yeah.
You know, I'd be the one that's not going to be like, oh, take that state paycheck.
Yeah.
Like, fuck that. If this thing started doing something, I'd be the one that'd be like, no, you're staying and doing this.
Yeah. Especially because of the goals that I have. Right. You know what I mean? Like,
well, and like in the way that I view it, it's like, okay, I know our world. It's like, it can kill your time.
Yeah.
Very easily. Construction will, though you have time, things you want to do, that sucks. Like, guess what? You're working 60 hours this week, you know, type of thing, where Bulls and Barrels started like, hey, I can start drawing a paycheck from this. Fuck yeah, stay home, do this, you know, like grow this to whatever it's going to be.
Yeah.
So. And that's where we compliment each other.
Yeah, I would say so. You're gonna keep me going in the right direction. So, but we should probably
Wrap this up.
Yeah, wrap this up because we want to go work out, and we got snow coming down. But I wanted to put a plug in because today is the official launch of Holes and Girls. So the website is live. I will drop the website in the description for this episode. For Black Friday, we have a 10% off code.
Killer deal.
Yeah, if you use Black 10 at checkout. And for my listeners, I will give you the tip that on Cyber Monday, we're going to be having a 15% off.
Yeah.
And I want to offer that to my loyal listeners. So Cyber Monday, if you use code CYBER15, you can get 15% off your order. And also, I know it just keeps coming, we have the Earn the Right sweepstakes.
Yeah.
Going on.
You gotta sign up for that.
Yeah. So every dollar that you spend, like your grand total at the end, shipping included, after you get your order, go to the Earn the Ride sweepstakes tab and fill out the Google form. And for every $5 that you spend, you'll get an entry. And I'm pretty excited about the prize pack.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
People
good.
like this stuff.
Yeah. I mean, it's a travel mug. Actually, the print on it came out really nice.
Yeah.
And for the winner, because I am personally annoyed at this product, the lid on it doesn't come with like a little slide close. So for the winner, I did buy a replacement lid. Yeah. So because I would want that.
Right.
So yeah. And then a Distressed Dad hat with the beautiful embroidered Earn the Ride. That is actually a really nice hat. I really love how that came out. And then the hoodie, which now because I had to obviously buy one to test out, but that is my favorite hoodie. It is lightweight, but the inside is fleece lined. And guys, it is so cozy. So entries for that are open now, and they will close December 28th. So I'm giving it a full month. And then December 29th, I will make the drawing for the one lucky winner that will receive that prize pack. So, honey, thanks for doing this with me today.
I love you, baby.
I love you. And guys, let's get out there and earn that ride today. We'll see you next week.